Hello, I'm Joseph Michelli, the Chief Experience Officer of the Michelli Experience, and welcome to our YouTube channel about customer experience excellence and leadership. This month we're going to talk about a word that's kind of odd to the ear, but it's really dear to our hearts at the Michelli Experience. It's the word otherness. You don't see it used very often, and we've kind of co-opted the meaning for our purposes, but we've actually put it as a core value at the center of our business. We think that a core value should be something that you truly value, not just a word that sounds nice on paper or hangs on a wall. It's something you should really value in the life of your business. It also should be something you think is valuable, and so we think otherness is not only something we value in business, but it's also something we think is valuable to the people we serve, and it's also very valuable to us as well. I want to make a very important distinction. When we talk about otherness in our team, we don't talk about selflessness. People aren't to put themselves out at the cost of customers. They're supposed to put others first and then be able to assure that they bring themselves to the interaction, that they don't do anything that's untoward or compromising or doormat-like. They are not servants, they are service professionals. And in the spirit of that, to be a true service professional, it means that we extend ourselves out in listening and empathy and adding value to those that we're fortunate to work with. You know, there's a lot of talk about the rise of selfishness of America. There was a great book by James Lincoln Collier on that very topic. But the truth of the matter is, whether we are becoming more selfish or not, or self-absorbed or not, is for others to debate. What I can tell you is a lot of people, in the name of service, are not really very focused on other people. They are very interested in themselves while being in the process of serving others. So it's clear to me that we have some opportunities, particularly in service businesses, to really orient people to what it means to be other-focused or to demonstrate otherness. We think that otherness needs to be qualified by the word authentic. You can't fake like you're focused on other people and this work. That is not what is effective in this space. If you authentically take the time to understand the needs of others and appreciate the value you can bring to the lives of others and gain a great sense of worth as a result of your willingness to extend yourself on behalf of others, then you're practicing what we call authentic otherness. And authentic otherness, in our opinion, is a great differentiator in the marketplace today, when so few brands even seem to care about customers, and those that do often are not authentic in the way they deliver it. We also think that there's increasing importance to otherness. If you look at what millennials value, it's a commitment to something bigger than oneself in business, not just a focus on the bottom line, but a commitment to doing well and doing good at the same time. We also think that in the world that is so divided on political lines, with racial tensions, with so many things going on around us that seems to be dividing us, that the more we focus on others and the less we justify our own entrenched position, the more successful we'll be in business and in life, for that matter. Going on, lots of what we talk about in our brand around otherness comes from work that I've done back in the days when I wrote this book about the Ritz-Carlton Hotel Company, and I actually wrote a leadership principle in the book that says it's not about you. And if you look at some of the great leaders at brands like the Ritz-Carlton, they are very much interested in learning from other great brands, not just becoming obsessed with their own greatness. They spend plenty of time listening effectively to customers at a macro level in terms of the data they collect, at an individual level. They personalize things. It's not about the person providing service, it's about the person being served. All of those lessons are kind of juxtaposed against an interesting set of messages out in business today, which really talks about how we need to selfishly connect to the selfishness of our customers to be effective. And they've intimated that over time, customers have moved up this pyramid, the hierarchy of me, which in many ways is like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, but the hierarchy of me, which starts at the bottom where people want to be liked. And if you think about social media behavior, they might want to be liked, they might want to be loved, they might want to be admired, they might want to be popular, but ultimately they want to be influential and have this big platform. Neil Cooper actually talked about this in a brand marketing deck that he put together and implied, how can we as brands help people feel more influential, feel more loved, more liked? And while I'm not in the business of trying to position brands just to respond to what is described as selfishness in the consumer, I would suggest to you, the more we just genuinely care about whatever it is that the customer needs, the more successful we're likely to be. Now, the success that I talk about in this space often requires us to understand that we have to remind ourselves, to put ourselves in the space of others. You can't put yourself in someone else's shoes until you take off your own. And so we have some reminder phrases that we use in our business to help us get back to the customer, to get ourselves back focused on those we're fortunate to serve. It's not about us, it's about our customer, is something you might hear us say. You might say, if your customer is sitting here right now, what would we do? Or we might ask, let's get the voice of the people who pay our salary into this. What would our customers say? Or if we were to put our own needs on the margin completely, we didn't really focus on those at all. If we just set that aside and did what was right for the customer, what would that look like? And on it would go, what would your mother say about what you should do? Or finally, let's bring this back to our customer. Let's check this out by asking some of our customers about what we're doing. Those are just some of the cues that we use to kind of spark otherness in our business. I'd love to hear more about your thoughts on otherness, both at a societal level as well as a personal level. We tend to believe that otherness drives success well beyond our business. It engages us to be more present in our interpersonal relationships all across the board and in our involvements in community. That said, thank you so much for your time and attention this particular vlog, and we'd also encourage you to like us if you thought there was any value in this time, and also if you'd like to spend some time getting to know more about us, or us getting to know more about you, which is really our otherness focus. We'd like to spend some time just listening to you, focusing on you. It's not about us, and so if you want to find out more about how to get some time for us to listen to you, just simply contact Kelly, Kelly, at josephmichelli.com, and we'll schedule something with you. Thanks again for your time and attention.